Special thanks to Patreon supporter Brock Cherry for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your before you're beginning another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Landwasserschlepper. The Landwasserschlepper, also known LWS, was an unarmed amphibious tractor produced in Germany during World War II. It was intended for use by the German Army engineers. The Landwasserschlepper was intended to be a lightweight river tug with some capacity to operate on land. Intended to aid river crossings and bridging operations, it was designed by Rheinmetall Borsig. The hull was similar to that of a motor launch, resembling a tracked boat with twin rear-mounted tunneled propellers and twin rudders. On land, it rode on steel-shod tracks with 4 bogies per side. By the end of 1943, prototypes had been completed and were assigned to the Tank Detachment 100 as part of Operation Sea Lion. It was intended to use them for pulling ashore unpowered assault barges during the invasion and for towing vehicles across the beaches. They would have also been used to carry supplies directly ashore during the 6 hours of falling tide when barges were grounded. This involved towing a cross-bore amphibious trailer behind the LWS. The Landwasserschlepper was demonstrated in 1940, and though it was very critical due to its high silhouette on land, it was recognized to be pretty useful in its design, and it was proposed to build enough LWSs that each invasion barge could be assigned 1 or 2 of them, but difficulties in mass production, the vehicle prevented the implementation of that plan. Due to protracted development, the Landwasserschlepper did not enter regular service until 1942, and though it proved useful in both the Eastern Front and the North African campaign, it was produced in only small numbers. In 1944, a completely new design was introduced, the LWS2. This vehicle is based on a Panzer IV tank chassis and featured a small raised armored driver's cabin and a flat rear deck with 4 fold-down intake and exhaust stacks. The Landwasserschlepper remained operational until the end of the war in May 1945. So yeah, the Landwasserschlepper here, a very interesting vehicle. One of those unique World War II vehicles that you wonder, like, just why. This one right here definitely is that. It's interesting. I'm not gonna give it that's for sure, but it's a very very weird vehicle and serves just such a specific purpose. It's just so odd in its design. Before we go and take a look at the vehicle, though, I do want to go and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Brock Cherry for making this tutorial possible. If you are interested in supporting the channel where you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and put a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so, earn a vehicle request to your choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link will be down in the video descriptions. With that, though, let's go and dive in here to take a look at the Landwasserschlepper. So going ahead and start with, we have the track system here, so pretty standard, nothing too crazy for it. So pretty basic system layout. We have the frontier, which is kind of shaped a little bit like a boat. We have the kind of, I guess, deck house, I guess you can call it. I don't know where the drivers would sit, driver and passenger most likely. So you have these little kind of porthole windows, and that's basically that. On the side here, you have a few additional windows. The exhaust is located up here on top of the vehicle, and just some various different detail on like a little compartment, it looks like back here, and stuff like that. And then you have some of the engine deck areas. On some pictures and renditions, I did see like these, like, it looks like extra flotation or floats around it, maybe to help give it a little bit more buoyancy. Not exactly sure if that's what they were intended for, but just judging by the way it looks, it definitely looks like they were, so that's why I went ahead and kind of went ahead and did it with a nice tan color, and just kind of helps add some color to the build. But overall, really interesting vehicle, and will make an awesome addition to any of your worlds as a kind of unique engineering type vehicle for the Warmock. Anyways, so let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer number 1. Alright guys, moving into our first layer here, we have layers 0 and 1. For layers 0 and 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an air brick slab like so, then an air brick top slab coming off like that. We then want to go ahead and go back from this slab, placing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks in the ground, an air brick slab like that, and an air brick top slab to go ahead and conclude that. We then want to take grindstones, and we're going to place down 2 grindstones, basically coming off each other like so. Same thing here. And we're just going to basically continue down until we have a total of 4 sets. So it should look like that there for your tracks. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then take our iron trapdoors. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 iron trapdoors across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 stone top slabs across. After that, on the back here, we're going to go to this nether brick slab here. We're going to place down 4 stone top slabs across as well. And then we're going to place down a end rod right here, followed by 2 stone brick top slabs, and we want to go and place down another end rod like that coming off the side there. We can then go ahead and repeat the same thing for our tracks over here to this side. So nether brick top slab, nether brick slab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks in the ground here, and then our nether brick slab and top slab like that. And we're going to go do the same thing here for grindstones, like so. And again, we'll go for a total of 4 of these sets. So just like that there for your tracks. And we want to go and then just fill in the center here with stone top slabs. And this right here is just going to basically close off the bottom of the tank, like so. And just like that. And once you have that all done, that right there is going to include everything we have there for layer 1. Pretty simple layer to go ahead and get started with. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to begin with, we're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of these 2 top slabs here. And we want to go and then place down a row of stone going across between those stairs. After that, we're going to place down 2 stone blocks here coming off the center. And we want to go and then go to the side of those stone blocks. And we're going to place down a stone upside down stair. We then want to place down 2 stone top slabs coming off those 2 stone full blocks. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull coming off the sides here of these stairs. After that's done, we want to go and then go back to this section here. We're going to take our stone blocks. And we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to go ahead and go after that and place down a light gray shulker box on its side, an item frame, then a cobweb, same thing here, item frame, and a cobweb like that. After that, we want to go and then place down a stone button, come off the side here of the shulker box as well. That stone button will be an addition only available for Java. If you're on a different version other than Java, you will not be able to place down an item frame and a stone button in the same block space. So I would just place down the item frame, but again, if you're on Java, you can do that a little bit of extra detail. Go ahead and continue on. We're going to go and then take our nether brick slabs and place down 1, 2, 3, 4 top slabs back, and then we're going to go and then drop down to 1, 2, 3, and 4 nether brick slabs, and same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 top slabs, 1, 2, 3, 4 half slabs. After that's done, we're going to then go to the space on the inside here. We're going to fill this in with stone blocks completely, and this is just going to go ahead and close off the entire inside here of the vehicle. So like so. Then at this point, we're going to go and then take a item frame. We're going to place it down on this nether brick slab, this one here, and then this slab right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and then place down stone blocks in those item frames. And then after we have those stone blocks placed, we also want to go and take dark oak signs and place them on the sides there of those nether brick slabs if you're on Java. Then over here on this side, we're going to do the same thing. So 1, 2, and 3 item frames, stone blocks in those item frames, and then again, dark oak signs on the sides of the slabs, like so. After that, we're going to go and then place down a stone brick slab here on both ends, and then we're going to go and then place down 1, 2, 3, 4 stone blocks across. We're going to place down our item frames again on the stone brick slabs both sides, stone block, dark oak sign, over here, stone block, dark oak sign. And then we're going to place down a nether brick slab here again to both sides, followed by 2 polished andesite upside down stairs over these 2 stone brick top slabs. And we also want to go and place down an iron trapdoor on the side here of these nether brick slabs. At this point in time, if you are on Java, we're going to go and type in the command /give space @p Minecraft :debug _stick. And this right here will be your command. By pressing enter, you'll get this glowing stick. We can go up to these iron trapdoors, left click the iron trapdoor until we get selected open false. By right clicking now, we can go ahead and actually open the trapdoors. So you say open to true, and they'll kind of lay flat against the side there of the slabs. So that right there is pretty much all you need to do for that. If you're on a different version and do not have access to these trapdoor or to a debug stick, you can use birchwood or dark oak trapdoors, whichever you prefer. Dark oak trapdoors might be the best bet there. But yeah, that's a couple of ways to do that on the back there. And one thing I also forgot from the previous layer is we want to go and place down 2 skeleton skulls back to back coming off those stone brick slabs. So let that there for the previous layer. Anyways though, once that's all complete, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 2. And with that, we'll move on up to layer number 3. Moving on to our next layer, we go ahead and moving into layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone blocks across, and then it's going to be 4 total across. Then coming off the middle 2 stone blocks, we're going to place down 2 stone upside down stairs, and then a skeleton skull like that to both sides of the stairs. After that's done, we're going to go and then place down a row of 4 of stone blocks going across. On both ends of this row of 4, we're going to place down a light gray stainless pane. We're going to go then place down a row of 6 of stone blocks across, then a second row of 6, a third row, 4, 5, 6, and 7 rows of stone going all the way across. We're going to go then take our polished andesite, place down a polished andesite block to both sides, and again, row 4 stone across. We're also going to place down a stone button on the sides here of those polished andesite blocks. From this, we're going to go and then place down another row of stone, going all the way across. Then a second row of 6, followed by a third row like that. We're going to go then place down a row of 4, going across the center. Right here, depending on what game version you're on, will depend on what you do here. If you're on Java, we can go ahead and place down a piston, upside down like so. If you're not on Java, I would just place down a stone upside down stair. Either one will work, but since we're on Java, we're going to go and do the piston method on both sides. And we'll go ahead and modify those pistons a little bit later, and we'll talk about that a little bit later why. We're going to go then place down another row of 4 of stone blocks going across the center here. A stone top side coming off those pistons like so. And then after we have that all done there, we want to go and then place down a row of 4 of light gray stainless panes coming off those 4 stone blocks. And then the corners here, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor coming off those stone top slabs. After that's all done, that right there is going to conclude everything we have there for layer number 3. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, layer number 4. Moving on up to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4 to get started with here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of stone blocks across this front section here. We're going to go ahead and place down a light gray stainless pane coming off the side of those blocks, and then an andesite wall to the sides there. We then want to take our stone blocks, we're going to place down a row of 4 across, and then we want to go and then place down a second row of 4 going across as well. This time followed up with an andesite wall on the sides there. We're going to go then take our stone blocks, place down a row of 6 going across, then we're going to place down a row of another row of 6, so it's going to be 2 rows, then 3, followed by 4, 5, 6, 7, and then at this row here, we're going to place down a polished andesite block to both sides, and again our stone across. We're going to then place down another row of 6 of stone going all the way across, and then a second row like that. At this point here, we're going to go and then place down 2 rows of 2 of stone, then polished andesite blocks on both ends, and then again 2 stone blocks going back on the sides. We're going to go and then place down 2 polished andesite blocks like this, going across, and then 2 stone blocks across the center there again. And then on the very back here, it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stone blocks across. At this point in time, we can go ahead and then grab our sandstone or our end stone bricks, our birchwood trapdoors, and our birchwood signs. Now for this here, to do the kind of, I guess, flotation device or tube around the entire vehicle, it's pretty simple to do. We're going to basically just place down a couple slabs here. Then we're going to kind of have it slope down a little bit gradually on the front. So we're going to place down a trapdoor, and then a top slab here, a birchwood sign here, and then we're just going to place down a row of a line of end sandstone slabs going all the way across here. Now, to go ahead and add a little bit more variation to it, we'll go ahead and just kind of place down trapdoors on some of these. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same as I'm doing. It can kind of be placed randomly. However, wherever we don't have our trapdoors, we're going to go ahead and place down a sign on the side there, and that kind of just adds a little bit more variation. So you have some parts that are kind of dipping down below the others, some of them are raised a little bit higher, so it just kind of adds a little bit more variation to the build and just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting to look at. Then on this back section here, we're going to do the same thing. So just a row of end sandstone top slabs across. We'll place down a skeleton skull on both ends, and then on top here again, same thing. We'll just place down our birchwood trapdoors randomly and our birchwood signs, and the same thing will be carried over to this side of the vehicle as well. So we're just going to take this all the way along the side here toward the front. We have our sign, our top slab, and then our trapdoor. And again, we'll kind of place our trapdoors randomly, get that detail in, and our signs. So pretty simple little design there, and it just kind of adds a lot more detail to the vehicle, because when you don't have these signs here, you don't have this kind of extra flotation on the sides there, it just looks really bland from the sides of the vehicle, and I think that just adds a lot of good detail to it. So really nice little addition for it, and I'm Really happy with the way that looks. Anyways, though, that is it for what we have there for layer 4. And with that, let's move on to layer number 5. Moving into our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5 to get started with here, we're going to go and go to this space here. We're going to place down 2 stone stairs like this facing toward each other. We then want to place down a stone stair that kind of comes off to the sides here like so. And in that middle space, we're going to go and place down a row of 2 of black concrete. We then want to place down a row of 4 black concrete across. And then this right here is going to be followed up with an andesite wall to both ends. And then a black stained glass pane coming off the back here of those stairs. Once we have that done, we're also going to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood fence gate. We're going to place down a fence gate here on top of this wall, open it toward the front like so. And then coming off that fence gate, we're going to go ahead and grab an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame in the fence, or coming off the fence gate like so. And then we're going to place down snowballs in the item frames like that for the front headlights. After that's all done, we also want to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull at about a slight angle here on top of those blocks there, kind of to help shape the front there. And then after that, going along the side here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 andesite walls. And same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 back. We can fill in the inside here with stone full blocks, just to go ahead and close this vehicle off and make it look a little bit more solid. So that'll just get filled in like so. And then after we have that done, we want to go and then place down some skeleton skulls. So we're going to place down 2 sets of 2 skeleton skulls back to back, like this going back. We then want to go and grab some item frames and some iron bars. We're going to place down 2 item frames here, iron bars in those item frames, same thing over here. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a, or actually my bad, it's going to be out to the side here one more. So not on the polished andesite blocks, but just kind of out to the side here. We're going to have those iron bars, and that'll be like that on both sides. And then we're going to place down an item frame here, and we then want to place down a trip bar hook that'll be rotated around like that on both sides. Once we have that done, we're going to go then place down 2 iron trapdoors here across, and then another set of 2 like that. And then we just want to place down a stone button on top of these 2 blocks on the other side of those iron trapdoors. And that right there will basically conclude what we have there for layer number 5, and that's what it should look like from above. With that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be, or actually our final layers, which will be layers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers here, we have layers 6 through 10. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a row of 2 of light gray stained glass panes across the space here. And then we want to go and place down 2 stone blocks behind those. On the sides of the stone blocks, we're going to place down andesite walls to both sides. And we want to go and then place down a row of 4 of stone blocks across. After that, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane to both sides. And we want to go and then place down a black concrete block to both sides as well, and 2 stone blocks like that across. We're also going to place down a black stained glass pane to both sides, then another row of 4 of stone blocks and a light gray stained glass pane again on both ends. We then want to place down a black concrete block to both sides, 2 stone blocks across, and then we're going to place down 2 stone upside down stairs on either side like that. We're going to place down a row of 4 of stone blocks across, then a light gray stained glass pane on both sides. We're going to place down an air black concrete block on the sides there, 2 stone blocks in the center, and then a stone upside down stair like this on the very outsides. We're going to go then place down, going back from the black concrete, 1, 2 stone blocks, same thing over here, 1, 2. And then we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane on the sides here, and then wrap it around, 1, 2, 3 light gray stained glass panes, and 1, 2, 3. And then on this back section here, we're just going to place down 2 stone stairs facing toward each other like so. On the left side of the vehicle, on the left side only, we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull coming off this glass pane. And we then want to go and go on the inside here, and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron trapdoors to fill that space in the center there. We're also going to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood fence post, or sorry, fence gate. We're going to have it come off the stair like so. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on both sides of that fence post. And then after that, we just want to place down a wither skeleton skull going back from the fence gate. Then after that, to do our top detail here, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars going up like that for the radio antenna. We're going to go and then grab ourselves some pressure plates and iron trapdoors. We're going to place down 2 rows of 2 of iron trapdoors here, and then 1, 2, 3 stone pressure plates, and 1, 2, 3. We're going to then also place down a pressure plate on top of those 2 black concrete blocks. We then want to go ahead and take our polished andesite. We're going to go ahead and replace this one block here to the side with polished andesite. And then over here to this side on this stone block, we're going to place down a stone block on top of that. We're going to go back from that stone block with a polished black stone stair, and then also after that a polished black stone slab. On both sides of the stair, we're going to go and place down a birchwood sign. We then want to go and go to the front here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate on top of this stone block here. Open it toward the front, and we're going to go and place down an item frame that will be coming off this block like so, and then a snowball in the item frame like that. We also want to go ahead and grab some levers and buttons. We're going to place down a lever here next to that fence gate, a stone button here on these two stone blocks, and then 1 and 2 stone block buttons there across the front. And after you have that all complete there, that's going to pretty much wrap up my design here for the Landwasserschlepper, basically amphibious tractor. Hope you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being anything from a side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for whatever project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that, again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter Brock Cherry for making this tutorial possible. And as always, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 2 before, and I'll see you guys next time.